What if you could build a business that gives you the life of freedom you deserve? What if you could find the secrets to marketing, leadership, customer service, and other aspects of business that help you exceed your goals? What if you could walk away from your business for 30 days and it never misses a beat? That's what this podcast is for, to help business leaders like you find freedom from the day-to-day grind and start spending your time doing the things you love. I'm Levi McClendon, and my co-host is Josh Taylor, and this is the Cheers to Freedom podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Cheers to Freedom podcast. I am your host, Joshua Taylor, and I am with my co-host, Leviticus McClendon. Leviticus, how are you?
I'm excellent, man. How are you doing?
I am so good. We are running through the
See what happens when you batch. Who knows what? When we get to number 10, who knows what we're going to be talking about? Hang in there, everybody.
It'll be fun on day 10. It'll be fun, and y'all can all drink with us.
I've joined the white hats today. What do you think?
Yeah, you've got a new hat on today. So we're going through these marketing rules adapted.
Not a whole lot of comments on that, is there? All right.
We're adapting them from Dan Kennedy's magnetic marketing rules. And so car wash marketing rule number 4 is there will be tracking, measurement, and accountability. And this is a big one. And I think this one of our favorite Dan Kennedy phrases is you can't take likes and comments to the bank. What can you take to the bank?
Not likes and follows, that's for sure.
No.
And gosh, Josh, this is a touchy subject, right? And I say that because this is probably one of the hardest things that we've seen in the space for the last 5 years for people to actually get real numbers and real results. For many years, I think car washes have been, when you're marketing, you're just literally throwing everything you can against the wall and not really having an idea of what works and what doesn't work. And so you gauge, success on a whim, to be honest. It's really just, hey, we did these direct mail pieces. Yeah, you're going to see some of that stuff come back. If you're doing your online marketing and you get a bunch of likes or impressions and Facebook's telling you, hey, you got all these impressions, what do you do with that? So a lot of people saw your ad, and did they really, right? And so I think for several years, man, we've been trying to help solve this. I think to be a pretty big problem in the space is trying to really understand where are your members and where are your retail customers coming from. And so if we go all the way back to rule number 1 of the call to action, the reason you have a call to action, right, is to get tracking. Obviously, to throw that offer out there, but you got to track that offer. You have to have a way that you can separate each one of your offers, track that offer, and then obviously get rid of the crap that isn't working and continue to put more money towards the things that actually are moving the needle. And that's why you have the call to action, and that's why rule number 4, is huge. You got to have to track it. You have to have a way to track that.
So we get pushback when we work with car washes that also have internal marketing departments, or they're also working with other marketing vendors or agencies as well. We get pushback sometimes on the digital ads that we run because we don't measure the same things that typical marketing agencies measure, because we want to measure the things that actually make you money. And so we're not after clicks. We're not after
impressions
and those kind of things, because we don't care how many eyeballs your ad gets in front of as much as whose eyeballs your ads get in front of, because we want them to get in front of the right people. Facebook knows how to get you to spend more money on ads. And so they're going to put you in front of people that are going to click on something because that's just what they do. But it might not necessarily be somebody that's either in your market that is ever going to show up to your car wash, or somebody that would be somebody that's interested in your car wash. So we track everything internally with Facebook and Google, is to track how many people opted into your text club and how many of those people showed up to your wash and actually redeemed that wash. And then from there, we start tracking, their engagement and then ultimately conversion to a membership. So that's what matters, because to finish what Dan Kennedy said, you can't take likes, comments, and impressions to the bank, but you can take money to the bank. So what are you doing? What are you tracking that's actually giving you a return on the money that you're spending? And that's really, really important. And that, again, we've spent a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of effort to try to solve this problem. in this space. And I think we're on the
Yeah.
verge of getting there for sure. We're definitely a lot further than we were even just 3 years ago.
Well, we've done it, Josh, with a couple point of sale companies. And because we're at obviously the mercy of them, sometimes it's difficult to grab that data. But
Yeah.
like you said, we've really we understand the pain point. We understand, we've heard a lot from our customers, and honestly, we put a lot of time and effort into being able to put all of this data together. And we recently, I'll just throw this out there, we recently launched for DRB customers a dashboard that shows member conversions, which is incredible because what it does, Josh, is it shows the full customer journey, and you can see where your customers are coming into the funnel, like the top of funnel all the way to bottom of funnel. And what I mean is, where did somebody click a link, enter a phone number, get a free wash, whether it was a digital ad right on Facebook or Instagram, or whether it was a direct mail piece or an on-site signage or even a fundraiser. Gosh, we did something with one of our customers about a scent that they loved, and they opted into the scent poll, and we're seeing great conversions just from that. And that's the first time they came into the funnel. But the point of that is you can now go in and filter and say, hey, where are we getting our customers from? That is huge. So we did launch that with DRB, and I'm going to throw this out there. Sunny's will be done any day, which is awesome. So we'll be launching that for Sunny's. And then our latest integration with Next Wash will be done very soon as well. And then we are still working with some of the other point of sales, but those will be done as obviously these are rolling out. We'll keep our customers informed, but it is making a huge difference because you can now say, just because you might have got a great response in one particular market, but as far as the call to action goes, you may have done well, but if they didn't convert, is that really where you want to continue to focus? Right. I think you want to focus in the areas of the demographics of the people who are actually converting. If your goal is memberships, then you want to obviously find out what works the best and go there. Maybe your goal is, you want more retail customers, and that is a goal of some of our customers, right? You just want eyeballs. You want people to come into your wash. That could be a different demographic with a different call to action, and we're tracking that too. So to be able to track that retail customer as well as that member is honestly, it's a game changer, Josh. I wish we had had this a long time ago. It's been a long time coming, but it's here for some of the POSs, and it'll be here for the others as we continue to roll this out, but it's huge.
One of the ways that we encourage people to track things is through different keywords, so that if you're going to test this ad on Meta, and then you're going to test this ad on Google, and then maybe you're going to have this sign out in your front, those shouldn't all be the same keyword, because then you don't know where people are coming in from. So you want to see which one of these things are really working and which one is not working, because you don't want to pour resources into something that's not working, and you want to be able to double down on the things that are working. And so use a different keyword for the different strategies that you have, because we can go in and we can track those keywords to see where you're really getting those leads. So, I mean, for us, obviously we're using different keywords for websites, we're using different keywords for social media ads, signage, those kind of things. But if you've got a sponsorship that you're doing, or a fundraiser that you're doing, or whatever, make sure you're using different keywords so that you can track each one of those campaigns separately and see what's working. That to me is the easiest way to start tracking your marketing, and then you can dive deeper into there.
It's really the only way. If you used one keyword for everything you're doing, it really doesn't do you much good. And we've had a lot of clients, Josh, come on and be like, I'm just going to use one keyword. It's our generic one. We're going to use it for everything. And they're happy because people come in through the funnels. Then they want to go, well, how many people came in from this? And I'm like, well, if we don't know, it's all the same. Part of one of the main points of doing business with HubSpot is the ability to track everything you do separately. And so, it might be a little bit more work. You may have to get a different QR code. You might have to, like you said, put different keywords for different calls to action. But I promise you, at the end of the day, when you're looking in the platform and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that our fundraiser actually brought in this much in revenue. I didn't know that, this particular direct mail piece sucked and we just spent $5,000 and we didn't make anything in return. Even if it doesn't work, Josh, to be able to measure it, who cares? Like, you're learning from it. And when you learn from it, then you can pivot, and then the marketing dollars you spend go a lot further on obviously reaching or obtaining the goals and the freedom that you're after.
Yeah, absolutely. So track, measure everything, make smart marketing decisions by doing that. That is rule number 4. I'm not going to tell you what rule number 5 is for tomorrow, but I will say this. I'm going to tease it. It is probably our most controversial one.
Oh boy.
So it's going to be fun. I might even change my shirt for it.
Hey, I want to quickly direct people. There's one thing we didn't talk about, and that is your member acquisition cost.
Yeah.
People probably have never even measured that. We have a tool I didn't want to forget to mention. It's at opspot.com/AC for member acquisition cost. It's going to show you, you're going to plug in some numbers. If you're an OpSpot customer, you'll be able to plug in some numbers there and see how much money you are spending to acquire a new customer. And is it worth it for the money that you're spending in the different areas? So that tool will help you out. So check it out.
Yeah, it's a great tool. And Levi's got a video on there on how to use that tool. So make sure you watch that and plug in those numbers. So great. Car wash marketing rule number 4, track, measure. There will be tracking, measurement, and accountability. Car wash rule number 5 is tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to that one. Don't miss it.
All right. See you.